Hey, I'm Brian Murphy with WRAL, and look who is back at number one in the polls. It's Duke. They had a huge win against Michigan over the weekend in that NCAA tournament sort of preview, Final Four preview. They played in Washington, D.C. They played with the Wilson ball just to simulate what it's going to be like in the NCAA tournament. That win puts Duke at number one for the 148th time. That's a record. It's their own record. They've just added to it. But more than number one in the polls right now, look at Duke could be number one overall seed in the NCAA tournament when that comes out in less than 3 weeks. Hard to believe we're already less than 3 weeks from the NCAA tournament. I wouldn't read too much into this bracket. The chances of them putting Duke and NC State that close together seems a little far-fetched at the moment, but the important thing to know is that Duke is number one, and if they're number one overall, look at their path. They're going to end up in Greenville, South Carolina, and then after that, why did they play that game in Washington, D.C.? Because the East Regional's in Washington, D.C., and if Duke's the number one seed overall, they're going to get that path. Greenville, D.C., and then hopefully for Blue Devils fans, they'll end up in Indianapolis for the Final Four. Like we said, less than 3 weeks. Duke's got 4 games left. They're at Notre Dame, one of the worst teams in the ACC this season. But look at those last 3 games. Home against Virginia, number 14 in the country. That game could be for number one in the ACC, although it looks like Duke's going to take that. Then a tough game at NC State just 2 days later before they have to get ready for the regular season finale against number 16 North Carolina. We know North Carolina beat Duke earlier this year. That buzzer-beating 3 right there, 71-68. Be interested to see if North Carolina has Caleb Wilson back for that game. But Duke and Cameron Boozer have been terrific. It looks like Boozer's going to probably be the National Player of the Year. One of the most interesting things I think about this Duke team, last year's team was the team that was supposed to do everything, right? Cooper Flagg, Con Knippel, Malawach at center, Sion James. They had a team built to win it all. Fell to Houston in the Final Four. This team's been a little under the radar, but 9 wins over ranked teams, 12 quad one wins. Cameron Boozer, your likely National Player of the Year, or at least on the All-American team. And it might be this team that gets John Shire that elusive first national championship. Hey, let's talk North Carolina for a couple of seconds there. UNC, probably the biggest question about them is health-wise, but they've got 4 games left. Tonight, a big one against Louisville at home. Can they get that win? Then they've got Virginia Tech and Clemson both at home before, you know it, the regular season finale at number 1 Duke. Tickets still available there as low as $1,600. Everybody wants to see that one. Let's check out the bracketology. North Carolina, number 6 in the West. Again, so much of this depends on the health of Caleb Wilson, their injured star, hasn't played for a couple weeks now. Will they get him back in time for the regular season finale against Duke, the ACC tournament, or will it be an NCAA tournament decision? How will that impact UNC's seeding? Again, we're about 3 weeks away. Take all of these brackets with a grain of salt, but North Carolina at number 6, pretty clearly in the field. Right now, the Tar Heels ranked 18th in the country, 21-6. A long way to go to get in the top 10. I don't think they're going to get a top 4 seed, but if they can get Caleb Wilson back, I think the Tar Heels feel very good about their chances this upcoming schedule, then the ACC tournament in Charlotte. Henry Vasar back for the big win against Syracuse. He had 19 points. He led the team. Zayden High has been terrific in the absence of Caleb Wilson, but certainly this team will only go as far as Caleb Wilson and Henry Vasar can carry them, and they need to get Caleb Wilson back in the lineup. And now we're going to look at NC State. Will Wade's first year with the Wolfpack, I think, has gone better than even the most optimistic fans could have thought. 19-8, 10-4 in the league, and look at that, a big 24-point victory over North Carolina, largest since 1962. That was Dean Smith's first year coaching the Tar Heels. Not an easy schedule to close. The Wolfpack's been off since that big win against North Carolina. They've got to go to Virginia. Notre Dame, again, one of the worst teams in the ACC, but the number 1 Duke game at Lenovo Center. Imagine the crowd will be jumping for that game. And let's take a bigger picture look. NC State playing for a double bye in the ACC tournament, a bye straight to the quarterfinals. Again, that would be terrific work in Will Wade's first season. NC State has been up and down, only 4-3 at Lenovo Center. They've been really good on the road, and they're pretty comfortably in the NCAA tournament. Now, this bracket, again, Duke number 1, NC State a number 8 seed. Most brackets have them a little bit higher than that, maybe a 7, maybe a 6. I don't think they're going to get this kind of tough matchup with Duke in the second round, but NC State firmly in the field, and that's what Will Wade said, right? When he got here, he said, we're going to go to the NCAA tournament this year. He's going to fulfill that promise. Can NC State grab that grab that double bye? That would be huge for their chances to maybe make a run in the ACC tournament as well. This is a team that's been up and down, but when they're shooting well, and they can shoot really well from three, NC State can make a run. They can make a run in the ACC tournament. They can make a run in the NCAA tournament. They are lacking inside with size. They get crushed on the offensive boards. And so that's one thing to look for. But, Will Wade has this team playing really well. That test against Virginia, test against Duke, I think will tell us a lot about how far NC State has to go.